So we need to talk about shame. What is shame? Shame is the feeling of that there is something wrong with me. But what is the emotion? We have all felt it, right? It's often in the chest. But underneath the shame is actually just a blocker of other emotions. Shame is the avoidance of other emotions. Shame is actually just fear and sadness. Those are the emotions that's hiding beneath the shame. And often underneath the shame is anger or hopelessness. And shame is actually just trying to protect you, but doing so in a very unproductive way, because shame is telling you that you need to do better. You need to try harder because you're not enough. There's something wrong with you and you need to fix it as soon as possible. Shame is actually lying to you because you are already enough, but you just don't believe it. So shame is the opposite of acceptance, the opposite of love in a way, and it creates a loop. So when we first encountered shame, it was probably with our parents. We felt or behaved in a way that they didn't feel comfortable with, so they ended up shaming us because they already shamed themselves in this way. And they showed us that some parts of us are not okay. Some parts of us are not safe to feel. Some emotions are not okay. And some behavior is not okay, are not okay. So because the connection is what drives us human beings. So we learn to adapt. We learn to perform, to behave. And this is what I always talk about, but it's so important because this is the root cause of all our suffering, is that we think that there is something wrong with us. So we need to do better. This is what's shaping us. We learn how to abandon ourselves for someone else. And just this implicit belief that I could do something wrong, I could be wrong, is creating a threat. The shame is the threat in a way. Loneliness, abandonment, disconnection is the threat because we think that we can be disconnected. And we avoid the feeling of shame, which leads us directly to it. Because the pressure and the self-abandonment, which we have learned, leads us to suppress ourselves, to push down our emotions, to push down our needs, push us further away from ourselves and our true authenticity, our true expression of just being us, to push down our emotions, which is leading them to come up sideways. Anger, when it's felt, is only clarity and boundaries. Anger is just smooth energy. But when you have learned to suppress it, when you push it down and you're not accepting the emotions in you, anger becomes frustration, irritation, and strong reactions. But that is not anger. That is the resistance of anger. And that is what we think is anger. This resistance towards anger is causing us to feel ashamed. So we have those reactions from the resistance because of the self-suppression and the self-abandonment, and then we feel ashamed. So we try even harder and suppress ourselves even more. And so goes the loop. The harder we try, the more we shame ourselves, the more we suppress ourselves, and the stronger reactions comes out sideways because we suppress ourselves. And there we are, in the loop, stuck, disconnected. Because we have this belief, we learn that we are alone and we need to fight for our right to not be. And until we see that we are not actually alone, we are connected and safe, we will continue to try to fix ourselves. And the more we do, the further away we come. So how do we deal with our shame? How do we heal our shame? We need to do it in a relationship, because shame was created in a relationship and it can only be healed in a relationship. So in the relationship, we learn how to show the parts that we have been avoiding. We learn how to see the implicit beliefs we have, the unconscious beliefs that we have that is running the show, and explore it with the other person. And in this relationship, the other person is showing you that even if you are acting in these ways, even if you have this strong emotional experience, even whatever you say, whatever you feel, you are safe. This person holds you in it and you're still safe. And that is how we can rewire our nervous system. That is how we relearn that whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm saying and feeling, I can still be connected. And therefore, in connection, I am safe. And this is changing, this rewiring is changing how you view and how you perceive the world, because you do not perceive the world as it is. You perceive it as you are. So what a lot of people is trying to do is trying to heal alone, because they think that they need to, because they think that they have to, because they think that they are already alone. It just reinforces the disconnection. So let's do this together.